The doors to the Viridian Tea House are open once more. Hello, everyone. Good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. Let's see, do I have any news? Oh, yes, I will be a tea, books, and art vendor at the Mountain Toad Brewery Spring Fling event. It is this Sunday in Golden, Colorado at the Mountain Toad Brewery, and I will put all the details on this video, or if not this video, then the one coming after, which will be in a couple of days or so. But yeah, it's Sunday, it's a one-day event, and I think it's indoors as well. So if you find yourself in Golden or near Golden on Sunday, stop on by. There's going to be a whole lot of stuff. Like I said, I'll be there with tea, books, and artwork. My good friend Sarah with her company Macrons and Muttons will be there with her delicious treats. So looks like it's going to be a fun time. Let's see, anything else? And then, oh yes, excuse me. May 3rd begins the Wheat Ridge Co-op Farmers Market. Everybody's getting excited about this, and me too. I'm just like, I am ready. So apparently this is going to be every Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. through September. And I looked at the list of vendors and it looks like it's going to be quite a good grand opening time. So again, if you find yourself in Wheat Ridge or near Wheat Ridge, starting next Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., come to the Wheat Ridge Co-op for the farmers market, and I hope to see you there. So today is all about fun and intellect in a way. So without further ado, let me get to the books. So the first book I had wanted to read for quite some time, and I saw that my lovely librarian Sheridan had it. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and check this out. And I read it in an afternoon, and I laughed and I chuckled and I guffawed and I snorked and all of that. I am talking about A Wealth of Pigeons, a cartoon collection by Harry Bliss and Steve Martin. Steve Martin is one of my all-time favorite actors, writers. If you haven't seen him in Only Murders in the Building, it's on Hulu. I know the first 2 seasons are done. I don't know when the 3rd season is coming out, but Steve Martin and Martin Short and Selena Gomez, they are amazing in this series. It's fantastic. So if you're looking for something quirky and fun and intellectual, you need to check out Only Murders in the Building. But this book, A Wealth of Pigeons, was absolutely hysterical. And it's a great book to read when you just need a quick laugh. So let's see here, the back of it. Let's see. I've always looked upon cartooning as comedy's last frontier. I have done stand-up, sketches, movies, monologues, award show introductions, sound bites, blurbs, talk show appearances, and tweets, but the idea of a one-panel image with or without a caption mystified me. I felt like, yeah, sometimes I'm funny, but there are these other weird freaks who are actually funny. You can understand that I was deeply suspicious of these people who were actually funny. So writes the multi-talented comedian Steve Martin in his introduction to A Wealth of Pigeons, a cartoon collection. In order to venture into this lauded territory of cartooning, he partnered with the Herald New Yorker cartoonist Harry Bliss. Steve shared caption and cartoon ideas, Harry provided impeccable artwork, and together they created this collection of humorous cartoons and comic strips with amusing commentary about their collaboration throughout. The result, this gorgeous, funny, singular book. No kidding. It had me in stitches a couple of times. Let's see if I can find one. Oh yeah, here we go. Where it says, okay, now we're too domesticated. I love that one. Let's see, what's another one? Oh yeah. This one says, Timmy, we don't use the term brazen hussy anymore. But yeah, so you kind of get an idea about this book, but it's absolutely funny. Some of them made me think, some of them made me just burst out with laughter. But overall, it's a great book to have if you love Steve Martin's work. If you read the New Yorker and you're familiar with Harry Bliss's illustrations, or like I said, if you just need a good laugh. A Wealth of Pigeons, a cartoon collection by Harry Bliss and Steve Martin, receives Viridian Tea House's 5 pots of funny, hysterical tea. Thank y'all so much, and I cannot wait to watch the 3rd season of Only Murders in the Building, in which, by the way, Steve Martin has also written 3 fiction books: Shop Girl, The Pleasure of My Company, and An Object. Oh, I can't remember the 3rd one, but it deals with the art world. All 3 of those books are worth reading. Shop Girl, you can read in an afternoon. The Pleasure of My Company, you can read in an afternoon. An Object of Beauty, that was it. An Object of Beauty, that would take you maybe 2 days to read. But yeah, Steve Martin is a fantastic Renaissance man. He truly is. And this book, A Wealth of Pigeons, was just so worth it. So many thanks to Harry Bliss and many thanks to Steve Martin. Again, season 3, Only Murders in the Building. All right, so the next book, dealing with humor here, I saw this again in my library and I recognized the illustrations and I thought, okay, this is going to be cool. This is called I Will Judge You by Your Bookshelf. And this is written and illustrated by Grant Snider, creator of Incidental Comics and The Shape of Ideas. So let me read the back of it for you. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. It's no secret, but we are judged by our bookshelves. We learn to read at an early age, and as we grow older, we shed our beloved books for new ones. But some of us surround ourselves with books. We collect them, decorate with them, are inspired by them, and treat our books as sacred objects. And I Will Judge You by Your Bookshelf, a lighthearted collection of 1- and 2-page comics, writer-artist Grant Snider explores bookishness in all its forms, the perfect gift for bookworms of all ages. And that's really true. I mean, this is the perfect book to give to someone who you know is a bookworm, or if you yourself are a bookworm. Oh, good Lord, verb usage. Anyway, so let's see. Let me see if I can find one. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Dances with Books. That's hysterical. If you can just see that. The illustrations are they're so whimsical and they just make you smile. They really do. This one actually took a little bit longer to read because there's so many ideas in here and I didn't want to fly through it. Let's see. Oh yeah, this one is Fahrenheit 351. You can see it there. It says, one night they came for our books. They tried to destroy them. We feared all was lost, but our books were even better warm. So if you've read Fahrenheit 451 or know the story, that's actually really funny. Let's see, what's another one? Oh yeah, My Bookshelf. This one right here, if you can see it. And let's see, it's the book I couldn't put down, the book I couldn't pick up, the book you gave me. I haven't read it yet, sorry. The book I brought to the beach, the book I tried so hard to like, the book I somehow own 3 copies of, the book that saved my life, the book I lent you. Can I have it back? The book I fall asleep to every night, the book I mistook for a hat, the book I'm desperately trying to write, and all the books that changed my life. But yeah, I Will Judge You by Your Bookshelf is a great gift for a book lover. And if you are a bookworm yourself, great book to add to your library. So this book receives, again, 5 pots of tea from Viridian Tea House, and also very hysterical and funny. But yes, I truly enjoy checking out these 2 books, and it was nice just to take an afternoon off from being a tea business owner and writing my own books and just enjoying a bit of laughter. So thank you very much to Grant Snider, Harry Bliss and Steve Martin for your wonderfully funny and hysterical and insightful books. Thank you so much. So on to the tea. So this tea comes from my company, Viridian Tea Company, and this is a new blend. So as you know, my tea blends are inspired by books, art, music, and science. And I'm noticing that with the science, that tends to be like the most creative that I've ever done, because it's like, how do you create a quantum mechanics tea blend? How do you create an astrophysics tea blend? Well, this one, I'm gonna ask the same question. How do you create a tea blend based on pi? You guessed it, 3.14159 tea blend. And that's exactly how I'm gonna put it in the Etsy store. 3.14159 tea blend. And the ingredients are green tea, which, a little side note, for all of my green teas, I use a Japanese sencha because I do enjoy the vegetal, earthy, kind of grassy taste to that green tea. So if you're ever wondering what kind of green tea are in my tea blends, it's sencha. So this one is green tea, orange peel, ginger, and juniper berry. Now, the reason why I chose these ingredients was because I wanted to create a blend that would stimulate your mind and make you actually want to get a pencil and do some math. And again, I'm trying to really kind of build a partnership between science and creativity, which they're kind of the same thing in a way. But yes, I had a lot of fun making the 3.14159 tea blend. And once this video has been uploaded to my YouTube channel, this tea will be available in my Etsy store. So once again, that is 3.14159 tea blend. And as it says on the back label, math is awesome. So, whoops, as I throw it to the floor, I actually brewed some in my lovely people person mug. And this is the first time I am trying it. So once again, from my own company, Viridian Tea Company, 3.14159 tea blend, because math is awesome. That's a very interesting taste. So I'm not getting as much of the ginger, but I'm getting more of the sencha, the orange peel, and a little bit of the juniper berry. Interesting. But that's just it with tea. When the temperature goes down, other flavors may come up. But this is quite, I feel my brain ready to do calculus or something. That is really good. I'm definitely getting the orange now. That is quite good. Very, very delicious. So like I said, this tea blend will be made available on the Etsy store as soon as possible or after the video uploads. And if you happen to catch me at an event, I will also have bags of this tea for sale as well. So if you come to the Mountain Toad Spring Makers event this Sunday, you'll be able to get a bag of the 3.14159 tea blend. And you know, every time I'm going to do that, I'm going to be like 3.14159 tea blend. So this was a short video, but nevertheless, still a lot of good book reviews and some delicious tea. And as always, our breathing meditation. For those of you who are new, or if you've just forgotten, 1, welcome. 2, this is not about focusing on a mantra or a certain vision. This is all about focusing on your breathing. Sometimes in our hectic day-to-day lives, we just need a moment to just pause and take a breath and just focus on the breath. How many times are we breathing and we completely just don't even think about it? This is just a way to kind of ground yourself, if just for a few minutes. So we're going to start with 2 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Then you can either close your eyes or you can softly focus on an object in front of you. You can either be seated like me, standing up, or laying down. Also make sure that you have your tea of choice or a nice glass of water near you. We're going to breathe for a number of counts. This is not about clearing your mind. In fact, your mind is going to become populated with thoughts and ideas. And did you do the laundry? And don't forget to buy kitty litter. Pause the idea and the thought, label it thinking, and let it go on its way. And just return to your breath. That's all. And then once we're done, we'll finish with a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then we'll take a sip of our tea or water. So if you're ready and you got your beverage of choice, let's begin. One little thing too, and I meant to say this, a lot of times we're so like this, we're so tense and tight. Just allow your shoulders to drop. And another thing too, sometimes your tongue will stick to the roof of your mouth. I found out that's actually a sign of stress and or anxiety. So just let your tongue feel loose in your mouth. But if you find it like touching the roof of your mouth, just let it fall. But again, this is not about being perfect. This is about you and me breathing. That's all. So let's begin. And ending this meditation, take one deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Slowly open your eyes or allow your eyes to come back into focus and enjoy a sip of your tea or your water. That's a very mild flavor. That's a mild blend. Like I'm tasting, like I said, the orange peel and the juniper berry and the grassy vegetal green tea, but it's not like overpowering in my mouth. It really isn't. It's a calm focus. It truly is. So that's all I have for today, but I do want to end with a really cool class that I recently went to on Saturday. So there's a cool bookshop in Denver called The Printed Page, and it's basically kind of like a book co-op. There's like, maybe 8, 9 different vendors, and some of them are first edition murder mysteries, some of them are rare antiquarian books, some are nonfiction, some are just fiction, some are sale books, art books, whatever. And it's in this really cute little house, and you go in, and every time I've been there, my boyfriend and I have been there, the people have always been super friendly, super nice, and of course, bookworms. So they have these classes where talking about the upkeep and care of books. So the class that I attended this past Saturday was about how to collect books and how to take care of your books. And in that hour and a half, I think there was like 8 or 9 of us, maybe 10. I learned so much about taking care of your books. Like, for example, if you get a hardback and there are some dirt smudges on the dust jacket, the best way to clean it is to get a paper towel, spray some Windex in it, and just gently wipe off the dirt. If you have a hardback that has those little bookstore stickers that are hard to get off, don't use your fingernail. The best thing to use is lighter fluid. Just put some on the label and it'll pop up. And then if there's any residue left, use Gooby Gone. They also talked about the different components of a hardback. What's the difference between a trade paperback and a mass market paperback? And then they answered a whole lot of questions about what makes a first edition. And also, can you tell the difference between a first edition and a book club edition? And there was one, he had 2 copies of a Lee Child book. And he was like, all right, can anybody tell me, you know, which one's the first edition, which one's the book of the month edition? And he handed them to me, and I looked at one part and I said, well, this is the first edition. He's like, yeah, you're right. And actually it was because, little side note here, for first editions, on the dust jacket on the inside, they print the price. With book club editions, they do not. So just, it was a wealth of information. And then finally, they asked for all the participants to bring a hardback book with a dust jacket. And then they put on that, you know, the plastic covering that library books will have? Well, they did that to all of our dust jackets. So it was like, oh, this is really nice. And then at the end, they gave us a 10% discount if you wanted to shop in the bookstore, which I ended up getting a Marcel Proust because, I mean, it's Marcel Proust. But yes, if you ever find yourself in Denver for a vacation, or you're moving here, or just whatever, stop by the Printed Page Bookshop. I think they're open all days of the week. Their hours are, I think, 9:30 to 5 or 10 to 5. I'm not sure. But I will put their website on the video and once I upload it. But yes, many thanks to the Printed Page Bookshop for that wealth of information, and I'm looking forward to going to the next class. So that's all I have for today, and once again, many thanks to Grant Snider, Harry Bliss, Steve Martin, the good folks at Viridian Tea Company with their 3.14159 tea blend, and to you guys for watching these videos. And if you like what you see, would you mind just leaving like a thumbs up or a comment? And you know what, if you don't like it, let me know. Let me know if there's something that you're interested in seeing more of that I haven't talked about. If you are an author who is looking for book reviews, I'm more than happy to give an honest review. I don't charge anything. If you're a tea company and you're looking for reviews, I'm more than happy to try out your tea. And again, I will do an honest review. So yeah, that's all I have. So as always, take care of yourself and each other. Raise your teacup high. And remember, to drink tea is to enjoy life. I will see you next time. Bye for now.